Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Timothy Spark. This video is going to be covering password manager, VPN, financial services, routers, and stuff like that. Everything here is stuff I use myself and can vouch for 100%. So I'm going to be putting everything in the description down below. If you click on those links, you'll help support the channel. Oftentimes you'll also get a little bit of a discount, which is good for both you and good for me since you help supporting the channel. But nothing in this video is sponsored or paid to be here. So keep that in mind, guys, and let's get right into the video. So guys, what is first up on this list? Well, that's actually an encrypted email provider called StartMail. Now, StartMail has newly become my favorite option for a couple different reasons, which I've already discussed on the channel, but here are some reasons. It is unlimited alias support. You can make aliases with StartMail to kind of prevent spam and stuff like that. You could block email addresses very well, which is kind of unique in this sector actually. Google has some of those features, but this is something to get if you want a new email address that's private and not tracking you, as they say here. Additionally, this one has been around since 2013, 2014. So unlike Skiff, it's not just going to up and leave you. It's also compatible with your default email applications on your phones that support IMAP and stuff like that. So they also kind of will help you integrate that and move over your email service too. So definitely a very solid service. The good thing about StartMail is that it's just very easy to use and very approachable for pretty much anyone, even if you're new to a service like this. So link down below for StartMail. This is the one I vouch for right now and I'm using myself. Next up is a service called Incogni. Now Incogni is a service that's pretty much go to all the different data brokers on the internet, stuff like white pages, lots of other websites. There's around like 200 or so, and it's growing every year, that they will remove for you. Basically what this does is removes your URL information from websites so other people can't find them. Like let's say you go to a website, you look up someone's name, you can actually find a lot of information about that person. So this is a huge deal with data breaches. Hackers will sometimes find information, try to scam people. You might be getting spam calls. This will actually help with preventing that. So this is definitely a service I recommend, especially if you're worried about getting doxxed. If you've been doxxed, this is also very helpful. If you're a public figure like myself, you have to use something like this too. So definitely something to take advantage of. If you use my link, you should be able to get like this price on it. It's around 50% off. So $78 for a year is pretty good. Other services like Delete Me and those kind of competitors are like $100 to $200 a year. So definitely something to think about. Also family and friends, if you have a family and you want to remove their information from the internet too, like their real life name, address, phone number, this is something to check out as well, the family plan. Next up is going to be a VPN solution. Now, not everybody needs a VPN, but if you're someone who's serious about privacy, anonymity, and stuff like that, you're probably going to be wanting to use one. Why is that? Well, VPNs anonymize your traffic from your internet service providers so they can't sell that information to other third parties. Additionally, these are very good for torrenting to anonymize your IP address. Of course, only download Linux ISOs. Also, they're very good at unblocking streaming content. Let's say you're in the United States and you want to watch the Japanese version of Netflix. Nord specifically is very good at this. Lots of VPNs nowadays are becoming kind of more fully fledged privacy suites, where they'll include other offerings too. And Nord is not an exception to that. And I think they actually provide some of the best deals for that. If you're interested, they also have this ultimate package. Includes cloud storage, data breach scanner, password manager, malware protection, identity theft protection, and you get 20 gigabytes for travel data with their new service called Saley. So that's something to think about. Or if you want to just stick with the basic package, $100 for 2 years is a pretty good deal. So if you're someone who needs any of those things, this is something to check out. Now, of course, not everyone needs to have a VPN. If you're not as worried about your ISP looking that you watch different porn websites and stuff like that, if you're not torrenting, if you're not looking to unblock regions on Netflix or these other services, or if you want to gain access to them if you're outside the United States, sometimes VPNs can also be helpful for accessing game betas early, these kind of things. Sometimes people find better ping with different game services depending on where you are. So if you're interested in any of that, I would check out Nord. It's currently my top rated option right now on the channel due to just a wide variety of different things, whether that be speed, the amount of features it has built in and stuff like that. I've done plenty of reviews on the channel for this one, and my main kind of niche is actually reviewing VPNs. So check out the reviews on VPN tier list. I've ranked pretty much all the VPNs and have data kind of segregating out the different VPNs. Next up, guys, you're probably going to be wanting to get a browser. Now, I would say that Brave browser is probably the best browser that's default built in just to be easy to use and decently private with decent settings on already. I wouldn't really check out any of the extra features like the VPN. These kind of things are kind of too expensive and not really that good, but the browser itself is free, it's easy to use, and it's good as a private browser that has less tracking than something like Google Chrome. You can see the differences here compared to Chrome to Brave. Now something like Chrome, you can just add some add-ons and stuff like that and kind of get it to this level, but Brave has less tracking built in. It's not really sending anything and collecting anything like Google is. Brave's model is more about just having ads that companies can pay for that you'll sometimes see. Let me see if I could find one. Yeah, here we go. Here's one right here. Just kind of a funny little ad from some crypto company. So you could kind of ignore these if you want, but you can see here 872,000 trackers blocked. I've saved 21 gigabytes of bandwidth and 12 hours of annoying ads. So there you go. That just goes to show you how effective Brave can be. Next up, guys, we could talk about a best password manager, and for me, I use Bitwarden. Bitwarden has really become one of the best password managers. The good news about it is it's completely free to use. I myself pay for the premium plan just to support them since I think it's a good company, and they are pretty friendly as well. So this is definitely something I would recommend everyone to take advantage of, not just for people who are worried about privacy, but just also in terms of security, because you can make much more secure passwords. It works on your phone, your computers, everything like that, and the interface has actually gotten improved a lot over the years to find it very usable. So definitely something to check out. The password managers can kind of be clunky to set up at first, but over time you'll find that you enjoy using it. It makes it easier to sign into stuff and just more secure overall. Especially if you've been a part of some data breaches, you really do need to change your password. So this is something that really is a must-have. Next up, guys, we could talk about a router solution. Now, if you're using an old router, you probably do want to get a new one. It's always good to have up-to-date routers, maybe every 5 or 6 years, at least making sure it's powerful and up-to-date with software updates. My chosen one is the Asus Zenfi Whole Home Tri-Band Mesh Network System. The reason I like this one is because it has an excellent application. As you can see here, you could set up everything with the application, change all different settings, set up VPN on it, set up ad blocking, AI kind of security kind of features, and it just sets up a mesh network that's very powerful, very easy to use. You can set up different parental controls and stuff like that with the application. So it's definitely my favorite kind of application and router solution. Definitely something you should take advantage of. I'll be putting a link for my Amazon affiliate link if you guys want to check this one out. This is my kind of recommended one. The Asus kind of Zen Wi-Fi. I think they make really, really good routers. Lastly, guys, we could talk about privacy.com. Now, this is one of my favorite services for some time. Not even sponsored or an affiliate for them, and I never have been, but I really do like their service. That's because basically what it does is lets you create digital debit cards that will make it so you can't get charged over a certain amount. So for something like a VPN, maybe even this could be helpful. Subscription services like Netflix, those kind of things, this can be very useful because you can set a limit of like $10 permanently, which means that after the services runs that amount of money on your card, it will not be able to charge you anymore. This means you don't have to go to each website, cancel services, and so on. You could use this as like a one-point stop of controlling your financial kind of things on the internet, your subscription services. This is very useful. So let's say you subscribe to someone's Patreon or something like that, and you're tired of paying for their Patreon, you could just like go to the card and pause it right away. You can also set up, like I said, limits, and you can also even delete cards too. So imagine just having digital cards everywhere to be able to control everything very well. This service is free to use, and they don't really charge anything. I think they kind of just make money from collects transaction fees called interchange. So they collect kind of fees from merchants, so they don't really sell or collect the data, it sounds like. So it's a little like, I'm not really quite sure exactly how that works, but it just seems like they kind of collect fees from merchants, so you don't really have to worry about them, like I said, selling your data or anything like that. You know, I'm not really quite sure about if they're like learning from people's data. It doesn't really specify, but they say they won't sell it. So that's something interesting to think about with this one. But this is kind of a well-renowned one, and it is very trusted. So definitely something to check out. All right, guys, those are my top recommended privacy products, whether that be an encrypted email provider, a data broker removal tool like Incogni, a VPN solution, browser, password manager, a good router, and something to control your financial services. I would say these are the essentials that you should probably be using. Almost all of these are very good on a day-to-day basis. They won't inconvenience you or anything like that, and they're very easy to set up as well. So check out the links in the description if you like this video to help support the channel and check out some of these services. If not, you could go to the websites yourself and I won't mind, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.